Alright, folks, and now for the moment you've all been waiting for. Since I announced this last week, we will now be doing the top 20 Christmas movies of all time. Yes, this is the definitive list that people will look back on for generations. These are the top 20 Christmas movies ranked. So from like 20 days ago, I watched at least one Christmas movie, sometimes two a night. I just plucked from different sites, different things, TV, whatever. And yeah, I watched these 20 movies and I compiled a definitive list. And sorry, but I couldn't really find 20 great ones. So there's going to be some at the bottom. It's not going to be the best, but for the most part, these are very good Christmas movies. Since there's 20 of them, and we don't want this podcast to be an hour long, we're going to try to do this in a timely manner. But yes, this now is the definitive top 20 Christmas movies of all time. All right, let's get started. Coming in at number 20 is The Holiday. Do yourself a favor. Don't watch The Holiday. Some girl and another girl switch lives, switch houses. Cameron Diaz and this other guy, I don't know, every 5 minutes, hey, let's do it. And girl from Titanic falls in love with Jack Black. You can skip this one. That would be fine. Coming in at number 19 is Office Christmas Party. This is like Project X with a sprinkle of Christmas atmosphere. And if you recall Project X, that's just a bunch of crazy stuff for the sake of crazy stuff. It's not quite a great movie. Same can be said with Office Christmas Party. A bunch of crazy Christmas stuff just for the sake of crazy stuff. Doesn't make it a great Christmas movie. It's okay. Got some laughs, but once again, if you want, you can skip that one. Coming in at number 18 is Four Christmases. Hi, Vince Vaughn. How are you? You appear sometimes on this list. This is not your best one. Four Christmases, best part about this movie, I guess, would be Jon Favreau kicking Vince Vaughn's butt for like a good portion of this movie. That's kind of funny. That's enjoyable. Anything other after this movie is quite forgettable, I guess. Coming in at number 17 is Jingle All The Way. Or should I say, Jingle All The Way. Yes, Arnold Schwarzenegger is really trying so hard to get his son a Turbo Man. And I guess he has to fight some rapper from 1990s to get it. Sorry, I'm not 30 years old. I don't know who, whatever that guy's name was. I don't even remember. The fight to find a Turbo Man is kind of amusing, I guess. But this movie is aged, and I don't really feel like I need to watch it again, but if you want to, you might kind of like it. Alright, coming in at number 16, and I might get people upset right now when I'm about to say, is Nightmare Before Christmas. Yes, Nightmare Before Christmas is number 16 because you guys hyped this up too much. Alright, it's alright. The visuals are very stunning, especially if you take into account how old it is and when it was made. It's nice to look at. The songs are really nice, but as an overall movie, it's alright. The story's okay, I guess, but nothing to shake a stick at. I could live without Nightmare Before Christmas, even though it's nice to look at. Alright, coming in at number 15 is Fred Claus. So, Vince Vaughn, you're up, kid, once again. This one's a little better. This one's okay. Fred Claus, it's a nice spin on things, having Santa have a brother who's jealous of Santa. And in the end, this is kind of a warm, nice movie. You can enjoy it. We're getting into the better movies here. So, Fred Claus, yeah, you should watch it. It's nice. It's a good time. Alright, coming in at number 14 is The Polar Express. Let's be real here. The best part about Polar Express is that little kid that might look somewhat like me saying, if you do that, you're going to get kicked off the train. For that reason alone, you should watch this movie. That kid is an absolute win. Tom Hanks in this movie, that's cool. And this Christmas movie just has that little bit of Christmas wonder. That some of these movies that Bob didn't have, this one has that nice Christmas spirit that some Christmas movies just don't have. But it has that Christmas spirit. And for that, it's there. Coming in at number 13 is The Santa Claus. So, The Santa Claus, Another movie I think is a little overrated. It's okay. It's nice. It has that Christmas spirit too, which puts it up. It's not as great as some people think. The young boy, he's quite good in this movie. I think he's the reason that really sells this movie, even though some people might think Tim Allen, who's also good in this movie. And that dynamic that works, and it's a good Christmas movie. You should watch it. All right, coming in at number 12 is Miracle on 34th Street. I think there's like 19 versions of this movie, but I picked the one from 1994, I believe. Yeah, so this guy who thinks he's Santa and everyone doesn't think he's Santa. Good idea, and it's a good movie. It's fun. A girl who's Matilda is in it. I don't know her name, but she is marvelous in this movie. Great Christmas wonder. I think every great Christmas movie, has an innocent child, right? Or some sort of something like that, because Christmas is a time for the kids. It's a time for everyone, but we should focus on the kids because it's just absolutely magical for them. And this movie does focus on that child, and it makes it quite an enjoyable movie. Coming in at number 11 is A Muppet's Christmas Carol. Once again, there's like 19,000 versions of A Christmas Carol, right? The whole Scrooge story. There's lots. For this one, I picked A Muppet's Christmas Carol because I just believe it works. Michael Caine plays Scrooge, and he's really mean to Kermit. And Kermit, he's like, I got a family, man. I don't want to work on Christmas Day. And so the spirit takes him. Everyone knows the story, but it just works, and it always will work. And for some reason, I think the Muppets just add an even more wholesome aspect to this movie that makes it just as maybe better than all the other Christmas Carol version movies, right? So yes, very good. A Muppet's Christmas Carol. Definitely watch that on Christmas time. Coming in at number 10 is Love Actually. Yes, I'm a man, and I will tell you right now, I like Love Actually. Fight me, internet. It's a loving story, multiple different stories going on, and it's just a nice watch. It's an easy watch. My favorite part about the movie is that little British kid. He's like, Daddy, what is love? Daddy, why does love hurt so much? And he goes to the end of the earth to make this girl in his class love him. And I won't spoil it for you, but it's just such a fun time to watch. And there's different stories. That's the best probably story in the movie. But all of them are fun. All of them are enjoyable. And who doesn't like a good love movie? If you don't like a good love movie, you're just lying to your own heart. And that's not going to get you very far. You should start opening your heart. So coming in at number 9 is How the Grinch Stole Christmas. I am referring to the Jim Carrey version. Because how could you not? Yes, okay, we all love the cartoon one. But Jim Carrey just brings another level to it. Comedic energy, just the way he is. It just works absolutely perfect. And how could you not love it? And what is it? Cindy Lou Who? The dynamic between her and the Grinch, it's that Christmas sprinkle that I was talking about. It has that Christmas sprinkle. And the best part, my probably favorite part about the movie is, I hate Christmas. I hate it. That's probably the best, when he's a little Grinch boy and he's just mad. He was in love and he got his heart broken. But the spirit of Christmas grew it back and mended it. And that's awesome. So coming in at number 8 is Christmas with the Cranks. I have a soft spot in my heart for this movie. I'm not sure why. I can understand why people would say, well, how is it this high in your list? I don't know. I just like it. Maybe I like Hickory Honey Ham as much as whatever her name is in this movie. Family trying to skip Christmas, but then her daughter comes home and they realize, no, we got to do Christmas for her. It just shows, sometimes Christmas, let's put other people in front of our own needs for Christmas. For the sake of Christmas, we focus on others. And that's what this movie showed. They were kind of being jerks at the start of it, but the Christmas spirit brought them around. And that's nice, and that's good to see. Coming in at number 7 is Bad Santa. Now, Bad Santa's maybe not a family Christmas movie. You probably shouldn't watch it with little Timmy on your couch, But this is such a good movie, and even though it's not a kid's movie per se, it does have the heart. Everyone knows the best part about this movie is the little chubby blonde boy. He just nails it. He's perfect. I hope he was paid millions of dollars because he makes this movie amazing. And the heart that's shown between Billy Bob Thornton's Bad Santa and that boy, as you know, they hate each other. They hate each other. Oh, okay, warming up, and then the ultimate act that Bad Santa does for the little boy, it's that Christmas sprinkle. It's that love, and yeah, it's so funny, and it also has heart. And when a movie can make you cry of laughter and cry of emotion, then you got something special there. All right, coming in at number 6 is A Christmas Story. Christmas Story reminds me of, I sometimes relate to Ralphie, you know, because I want this gun, I want this thing, and then it's the ultimate, I guess, teaching story, you know, of the true spirit, I guess, and it's a classic, and it deserves to be this high. Number 5 is Home Alone 2. Yes, Home Alone 2, Lost in New York. I'm a sucker for New York. Every time a movie takes place in New York, it's just an interesting thing. It hooks me for some reason. I've been to New York. I love being there. I love movies about New York. It's just a captivating city, and the fact that this little boy gets lost in New York, but you know he's still in the spirit of Christmas and he's having fun. I love the thing about the Home Alones is the endings are just so heartfelt. Even though you always know he's gonna come back with his mom and meet together, those moments. Those are precious moments. Those always hit hard. Even though the funny stuff of them getting hit and all that stuff, especially "Suck Brick Kid" and "Harry," that's hilarious. But the heart, once again, like I was talking about, make you laugh, make you cry of laughter and cry of emotion. That bring it together, something special. All right, coming in at number 4 is A Charlie Brown Christmas. Now, I'm probably gonna get some comments or some nerds on the internet saying, "This isn't even a movie. This is a TV special. It's only like 40 minutes. Shut up. This is a Christmas movie, and it deserves to be on this list because this is a timeless classic. Every single person in the entire world should watch A Charlie Brown Christmas. Because, you know, Charlie Brown, even though he said he didn't understand the whole spirit of Christmas, he did. You know, while he was saying, hey, look at this tree. We can make this tree work, even though it's short and it's tiny and it kind of sucks. That's not the point of Christmas. The point is what you think and how you perceive things, and you have a positive mindset. And while everyone else laughed at him and disrespected his tree, he really did know the spirit of Christmas. And eventually everyone came around and they understood, you know what, Charlie Brown? You're alright, kid. It's Christmas time. That tree's not that bad. Let's all gather and sing songs and dance that weird dance that they do while the piano plays. Yeah, Charlie Brown Christmas, definitely you have to watch. Coming in, okay, we're getting to the big time now. These top 3, this might stir some controversy. I don't know. This is how I felt. Yeah, and here we go. This is the best of the best now. Top 3. Coming in at number 3 is Elf. Yes, some people might have this at number 1. I love Elf. I think Elf is a great movie. It's a modern classic. You know how most of these movies have been a bit older. This one's, even though it's getting almost 20 years old now, but it seems like more of a modern movie. This movie's just special. It's such an amazing concept of having a guy who's really a human, but he thinks he's an elf. Amazing concept. Once again, a New York movie, so it captures me. Zooey Deschanel. Stop. Zooey Deschanel. Need I say more? The love atmosphere between him and her and Elf and Buddy, I guess. Such a nice love story. You know, in the Frank Sinatra, "You Make Me Feel," that's captivating to its core. That is the spirit of Christmas. And yeah, I think we should all be like Buddy. You know, always happy. Oh, it's the Christmas atmosphere, Christmas trees and dancing and singing. I literally act like Buddy sometimes. And people are like, "Are you on some sort of drug?" And I say, "No, Christmas is my drug." Buddy is a mindset, basically. Buddy the Elf is a mindset, and this movie is a mindset, and it's just such a lovely Christmas movie, and everyone should watch it. It's funny, and it's so heartfelt, and it's just great. Coming in at number 2 is Home Alone. Yes, Home Alone, the original, let's beat up these robbers, and yeah. You know what I really find the best part about this movie is the relationship between Kevin and that old guy with the shovel, and then they're all scared about him with the beard. That's really hits me to my core, because at first they were scared and they think he's some creep, and then Kevin and him have that moment in church, and it just shows, because there's kids out there like Kevin where they're much smarter than their age, and they kind of give and take from each other. How Kevin's like, yeah, I barked at my mom, and the old guy's like, well, you should never bark at your mom, and then Kevin's like, well, you should call your daughter, and he's like, oh, you wouldn't talk to me, and it. I like that moment. That's a precious moment where everyone can learn from each other, no matter what age. And then, Joe Pesci and Daniel Stern as the robbers. That's always hilarious. Pretty good gags. My favorite would probably be, why'd you take your shoes off? Why the hell are you dressed like a chicken? Makes me laugh every time. It's hilarious. And once again, as with Home Alone 2, the meeting once again between Kevin and his mom reuniting. That is Christmas atmosphere to its core. And then the slight moment you see with the old man with the beard actually encountering and hugging his daughter, who they thought would never speak to each other again. Just great ending, great movie. Holiday atmosphere at its finest. Yes, must watch Home Alone. Coming in at number 1. Since you probably haven't heard this movie yet, you probably know this is coming, but it's my favorite. Christmas Vacation. Yes, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation is my number 1 greatest Christmas movie of all time. And I might be impartial because, sometimes I believe myself to be Clark Griswold. You might even think that with this Christmas sweater, because sometimes I go in with just huge, I want everything to be great. I want Christmas to be the most fun, crazy, awesome, best thing ever. And then sometimes it's just hard. Things don't always go perfect. Things almost never go perfect. And this is the story of Clark just trying to, for his family, trying to give his family the greatest Christmas possible. And, we can all relate to this movie because all the family comes in, and unlike some movies where they'll show fake families just, oh, it's love and nah. Every family has a cousin Eddie, right? I think we can all agree, if you take a moment, every single family has a cousin Eddie where you're like, oh God, Eddie's coming for Christmas. Better prepare. I'll take an Advil right now. I don't have a headache. I'm just preparing, right? And it's such a special Christmas movie, between the lights and him falling off, and fried pussycat, or the pumping his septic into just the street. It just works. Every part about it. It's heartfelt. It has every Christmas, almost every single Christmas tradition sequence you could ever have in anything, right? It focuses on every single moment. It has the heart. It absolutely has the laughs, and it's just a timeless classic. It's almost perfect, and for that, it's the number 1 Christmas movie of all time. Thank you for listening to this. I hope you believe it or agree, or if you don't agree, let me know. What are your favorite Christmas movies? But as I would say right now, this is the definitive list of the top 20 Christmas movies of all time. Thank you for watching, and have a Merry Christmas.